Most people think their biggest problem is their situation, their past, or other people. But the real problem is something much smaller and much closer. It's the thoughts they believe without questioning. A thought appears in your mind and instantly feels true. It feels personal, it feels urgent, and before you realize it, that thought controls your mood, your confidence, and your decisions. This is where most people lose their power because the truth is simple but uncomfortable. Your thoughts are not facts, they are interpretations. And the moment you learn how to see them differently, your entire life starts to change. Your brain is not designed to tell you the truth. It is designed to keep you safe. That means it constantly looks for problems, threats, rejection, and danger. It fills the silence with stories. Stories like, I'm not good enough, they don't respect me, I'm falling behind, this always happens to me. These thoughts feel convincing because your brain delivers them with confidence. It doesn't say maybe. It doesn't say this could be wrong. It speaks as if it knows for sure. And because the voice is inside your head, you mistake it for reality. But a thought is just a sentence. It is not evidence. It is not a prophecy. It is not a fact. The most dangerous mistake you can make is assuming that every thought you have deserves your trust. Think about how many times you've been wrong. How many times you assumed someone's intentions and later realized you misunderstood. How many times you worried about outcomes that never happened. In the moment, those thoughts felt real. They felt logical. They felt undeniable. But emotion does not equal accuracy. Urgency does not equal importance. And repetition does not equal truth. Just because a thought is loud doesn't mean it's right. Here is the reframe that changes everything. Instead of saying this thought is true, you say, I'm having the thought that this is true. I'm having the thought that I'm not good enough. I'm having the thought that they don't care. I'm having the thought that I'm running out of time. That single shift creates distance. You are no longer inside the thought. You are observing it. And the moment you observe a thought, it loses authority. It stops being your identity and becomes information. You are not the thought, you are the one noticing it. When you identify with a thought, your nervous system reacts as if it's real. Your body tightens. Your breathing changes. Your behavior shifts. But when you observe a thought, your system calms down. The emotional charge drops. This is why emotionally strong people appear calm and grounded. Not because they don't have negative thoughts, but because they don't obey them. They don't argue with every thought. They don't suppress them. They simply don't let thoughts run their life. Let's apply this to real situations. You think, they ignored me because I'm not important. Instead of believing it, you say, I'm having the thought that I'm not important. Notice the difference. The thought no longer feels like a verdict. It feels like a mental habit. You think, I always mess things up. You reframe it as, I'm having the thought that I always mess things up. You think, I'm running out of time. You say, I'm having the thought that I'm running out of time. The thought doesn't disappear, but it stops controlling you. And control is where freedom begins. The goal is not to have positive thoughts all the time. That's unrealistic and exhausting. The goal is to stop treating every thought like a command. You don't need to fight your mind. You don't need to silence it. You just need to stop letting it decide who you are. Thoughts are weather. You are the sky. They pass. You remain. Your thoughts are not facts. They are stories your brain tells to make sense of the world. The moment you stop believing every story, you regain control. Not over life, but over your response to it. And that changes everything.